Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back to NFT Live. It is a hump day episode here. Me and Gifted were both wearing Mutant Ape Yacht Club jerseys, and we had to switch. Your coloring looks better, so I decided, hey, I'm going to take mine off. I'm going Gutter Cat Gang today, gang. But it's nice to see the gang that's in the chat here today. It's nice to see you if you're tuning in live, if you're tuning in afterwards on Spotify, Twitter, all of those beautiful platforms. We're happy to be here with you. Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday with us. We got a packed episode, a lot of quick news to get to right off the bat. We had a good GM Web3 morning show. It was packed in there. I saw Kane Mayfield in there just baby-fying away. So I was like, I'm not even hopping up here today. You got your hands full.
I mean, what can you say other than a big old congratulations to the man, the myth, the legend. It doesn't do it justice just saying those big words. Kane Mayfield is all of that and so much more. And he has made a human. He made a people. And officially welcoming his first baby boy to the world and to Web3 today. We got a little bit of a cameo. I think he was actually hanging out with his baby, his little burrito, as he likes to call it, during the show today. So we actually got a first live cameo of the Kane Mayfield human today on GM Web3. So it was special. It was special in a lot of ways.
Yeah, there's uterus action. He's going to get a new uterus or something.
Yeah, today's GM Web3 was special in a lot of ways. It was honestly the most bipolar episode I think we've ever done. The whole first hour was absolutely unhinged nonsense. But then the back half of it really came together nicely with a special guest, ZHOVAK, who I believe is going to stop in here. We'll see. She has the link. Hopefully, we'll get her face on here as well. But either way, it was excellent to get to interview and talk with ZHOVAK a little bit about Z Labs, about this new drop, the Cali shirts that she's doing with, super limited edition, AR, VR, gamification. It's crazy. It's the future of fashion. She is absolutely innovating in the phygital fashion space. And this is C1P Born in Cali shirts registration on our website, zhovak.com right now. It was really cool getting to talk to her about it. She's not usually like the type of person that hangs out in spaces all day. She's actually building shit. Special occasion to get to talk to her and catch up. Super dope artist.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing her here in a second. My lighting is just all over the place now. I got to fix that early in this episode, apparently, folks. But I did, something that hit me this morning that I did not know. We got Fed interest rates that are going live right about now. So there's going to be, some interest rate hikes apparently. This is, the TLDR on this is most people think there's going to be another 0.25 interest rate hike, which is, trying to deal with inflation, trying to get us back on track long term. But there have been 10 interest rate hikes in a row, which again is curbing inflation, but also hurting a little bit of the economy. We've got banks going under. I don't know if we're following the macro there as well, but Jerome Powell coming online. If he says, and this is again, I'm not the financier here that maybe some others are, but if they come out and say 0.25 interest rate hikes are approved and we're moving forward with that, but that we're going to kind of stifle this into the future, apparently that's going to be good for everybody involved. If they come out and say 0.25 and then we're going to continue to raise interest rates after that, then we're looking at a little bit longer time period until potentially we get back to a bull market. So
does that mean that Franklin, as bored, came out of his hidey hole and saw his shadow, or is that because he didn't see his shadow?
We're back. We're back, baby. We had to pull that one in from the last episode. Franklin is bored. It came back to shut down a scammer yesterday, apparently, guys. So
nothing better.
This is your TMZ episode.
Yeah, nothing better than an obscure callback joke from a previous episode. I know that people love that.
I listen. The people love it here in chat. Easy in Crypto saying big banks down, making big banks bigger. Prodigy saying the state needs to fall off the U.S. He's talking. Is he talking about Cali there?
He's talking about California, which, by the way, is like the 4th biggest economy in the entire world, and the U.S. would not be nearly as interesting or beautiful or financially successful without it. So I get it. You know, there's a lot of wokeism, a lot of far left progressive weirdos out here, but also there's a lot of cool shit in California. So.
You know, I don't know if they filmed this in California, but there's something that is going live that I was kind of mentioning before this federal interest rate that should be probably filmed in California. I know the movie studios are moving out to other areas. The Dune 2 trailer came out. So I don't know how reaction trailers work. I see all these reaction videos that are somehow not copyrighted, but we're going to try this. We're going to cut it off like every 25 seconds or something like that. But are you into Dune 2? Are you into Dune?
Look, I appreciate the lore and like the history of the book and sci-fi and everything that it means to sci-fi. And I thought the first movie was decent. I'm not like a massive Dune fanboy, but I'm interested enough that I want to see the trailer and see where this goes.
I honestly thought the first movie was like an 11 out of 10. Like, I love sci-fi movies. Interstellar was a great one, but Dune was a great first movie. Here was the trailer, just released like 30 minutes ago, folks. So we're going to watch it live with you here and have a you know, it's just off topic today on on the Web3 network. So we're going Dune 2 trailer. I'll see you on the other side.
It's breathtaking. When you see sand here, imagine water. If you dive in, you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you. In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets. But the darkest of them all may remain. The end of House Atreides.
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
All right, so you know, first of all, they're leading into this, and again, I'm stopping this so that we can break up whatever copyright YouTube's going to throw at us. But one of the guys from the previous episode, I forgot his name. I read Dune the book, so I'm actually really fucking this up. But the man who was like the commander, but also trained Paul Atreides, is still alive. Like the last thing we saw, he was like headed toward like a battle, and it like completely blew up, and he's still alive. So that was good. Any thoughts so far, Gif?
I love that, you know, Web3 we can do anything we want on this show and on any of our shows. We can talk about anything, and you know, a lot of it's just pop culture related, and this is fucking cool, and I'm here for it.
Have you ever had a dream about your first ride?
Oh, shit.
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave, we all know that. Be simple. Be direct. Nothing fancy.
I understand. Nothing fancy.
All right. I'm here for this. I think we also have ZHOVAK in the house, so this is an amazing, probably our best NFT live start to a show ever. Z, how you doing? Can you hear us?
We got vertical video over here. Can you hear us?
Yes. Do you need us horizontal?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, it fills up the screen a little bit better.
Okay, hold on.
I'm in a twister.
Twister. All right. Yo, happy to have y'all. But no, did we finish it? Are we gonna finish the trailer? Was that?
Do we
end?
want to?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's finish it.
You will never lose me, Paul Atreides. We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
May thy knife chip and shatter.
Let's go. I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
Yeah, we you know, the one thing I'll say again, I appreciate the lore aspect of it, and the world. I think the Dune world is very iconic and special, and that's always one of the dangers with these things. Whenever you're tackling, you know, a famous literative, you know, literature IP, like a famous book
Also,
or something.
a famous movie as well.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, it's true.
From
There
the
were
80s, yeah.
OG ones. So it's like that's always one of the biggest dangers is that you don't do it justice. You piss off the original fans. You know, you don't really bring it to life in the best way, and people get upset because it's not true enough to the original IP. But I think that as far as I can tell, they've done a pretty good job of building this world out, showcasing it in the right ways. You know, staying true to that original IP and doing it in a really high quality cinematic way. So I think it's cool, man. It feels very immersive and interesting. Like from, you know, again, just the world itself feels pretty real and interesting. And so I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, we will have to wait till November 2nd, I believe, of this year to actually catch Dune 2. But we don't have to wait any longer to talk to ZHOVAK because she is here.
We got him. We got him here. And Jeff. What's up, y'all?
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
I love that we're on a tech show, but I'm trying to figure out how to make this horizontal. Can you assist me?
We got you guys. You're good.
It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as you're here, that's what matters, right? We did get to talk to you on GM Web3, of course. Now you're hopping over to chat with us here a little bit more about your awesome new drop, the C1P. Was it Born in Cali? I think we were pulling it up actually earlier. We were already looking at the website. But yeah, tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now.
Yeah, so it's our first ZHOVAK digital drop. There it is. Embedded with NFC technology that is also gamified with AR activation. So you mint the shirt, you get the shirt. 1 out of 22 will have a golden C1P, which will be the grand prize winner of a one-on-one piece that I will make with the winner. But on top of that, we're doing an incredible event party at our studio at Z Labs in downtown LA. So you have to wear the shirt to the party. That's the whole point of it. And just trying to have fun, embed technology, do art, and, you know, give back to our community and grow the future.
So what if I am not, I am in LA and I've been to the studio, which is awesome. That's where y'all are. But what if I am a ZHOVAK fan? I want to get this awesome limited edition drop, but I do not live in LA and I want to make the most out of this. What then? I guess I can't make it to the event.
Are you going to claim the shirt or do you want us to vault the shirt? Because there's options.
Oh, okay. So maybe, yeah. And also, Nifty Q, I sent you a tweet about this drop that if you pull up, you can see the video, which is pretty cool too. Yeah, maybe explain the difference between vaulting it or claiming it, etc.
So what we're looking at is a virtual vault where you take your NFT, it goes to the ZHOVAK vault and allows you to claim from our cold storage area. So within a certain allocation time period, we'll do a snapshot, and then we'll allow you to claim with your NFT. So anybody who purchases one, you'll be able to go to our vault, pick it up, and have that available for you physically.
Okay, so we have to settle a age-long debate here that we have on NFT Live, which is that we have a lot of OGs that including myself, that use the term digiphysical, and Gift that has been a staunch supporter of the term phygital. Which one is it?
That's up to you. We're open for debate and trying to
cop out.
I'm gonna say phygital.
Let's go.
Yeah. Easy's not gonna like that.
Rolls better on the tongue. actually, my argument would be because we are physical first, and then technology and digital came after. So just like giving like respect to the order of things.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Yo, she even comes through with some real hard logic on it.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, as if my logic for, you know, the utilitarian efficiency of fewer syllables wasn't enough. There you go. You also have the ethos of being physical first, and then digital. I mean, that's an amazing answer, Z. Thank you for clearing that up once and for all for our friend Nifty Q over here. He's been really challenged with understanding. He's shook it. But no, if you pull up that video again, you can see that one golden, the golden C1P. So all of them have a C1P augmented reality experience, a chip embedded. And again, there's only 22 of these shirts, super limited edition, high quality. Only 22. All of them are embedded with the NFC and, you know, connected to an NFT, and they have all got AR. However, you are gamifying this, which is super dope. And so there is one that has a golden ticket, a golden C1P AR experience. So tell us about that and what goes on with this gamification.
I mean, it goes back to like where we are in the market, right? So we're sort of like sick of seeing like repetitive things and things that you can't touch. And so I think more than ever in the space, we need some fun. So we've been working on the phygital drop for a while, which is so exciting because it finally ties in like the fashion background that I've had for 20 years with my art, with technology, and then Z Labs all in together. And as we were building the project, you know, for a while, things were shifting also in the space, and we were experiencing as well. And so we wanted to make sure that we bring in fun to the product as well. We bring in gamification, and I think that's what technology is about, is using fun and, you know, teaching people along the way. So 1 out of 22, all Jeff's idea. I have to give him the mad credit, you know, like I'm the creative and he's like the fun gamification, and he created the ARs. And so one of them will have the golden C1P, which will unlock an original painting. But you will not know that until you claim from our token gated website.
Amazing. Yeah. So maybe use this moment to share a little bit more about what you and Jeff are doing, right? So again, Z, you're an artist, a fashion designer. You've been in the space since the beginning. Definitely one of my OG friends. And you've been building this brand, ZHOVAK, now Z Labs, this extension, this technology side of it as well, bringing Jeff into the mix. So maybe talk a little bit more about how y'all are building this out, expanding on the ZHOVAK, on the world of ZHOVAK.
Empire.
That's the word I was looking for, and I couldn't. Thank you for there it is.
Look at me schooling you all day long. That's just how it is. I'm gonna talk about the creative part. Just artists. I think as an artist, you have to evolve. And so, my initial excitement being in the space was owning my IP. I had designed for 20 years for so many companies and finally wanted to do it on my own. And so meeting Jeff was just like true divinity of elevating that part of the brand. And I'm just like extremely excited with everything that we're doing. And the way, like, everything I've ever done is finally making sense. It's like the fashion, the art, like all coming into one. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah. So Jeff, I mean, talk about Z Labs and what you're doing with it, man. Like, how do you fit into this empire?
The mad scientist, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. But helping out with some of the new chains that we're looking at, Bitcoin Ordinals came on. So expanding the reach of Z's art, using technology in innovative ways. So you'll see a lot of AR filters coming out from us. You'll see different chains minting. and then different utility experiences that we've done. So people have purchased different pieces over the years, one-on-ones, but now we're adding utility in a digital way to expand the offering and give utility to the collectors who believed early on.
It's interesting. We had this talk on GM Web3 of the space feeling more financialized these days, and like kind of losing a little bit of like that art narrative that really was one of the reasons NFTs started to take off in the first place. Do you guys feel that in your day-to-day life in the ecosystem? Do you guys feel that there's not enough of that like original feeling that was existing in those 2021 era of NFTs?
I think it's more about art now than it ever was. Like, to me, entering the space, it did not, if from a surface seemed like art, but internally was all pumps, right? It was all PFPs, and it was all big money, and it was all building the ecosystem in the industry. So I kind of honestly feel the complete opposite. I feel like my friends who are true artists are thriving. Like, true talent is finally showing up. All the crazy PFPs that were just generated are sort of dying out. Very few are continuing. I don't know. Like, I'm happier today than I've ever been in the space, seeing the ones that are truly deserving thriving. But it definitely needs fun. That's what I would say. It needs more fun. It needs more culture.
Hell yeah. And yeah, Nifty Q pulling up a couple different cool videos, things from your timeline here. Tell us about this Beeple collaboration that you've done, because again, you've got this new Z Labs that you launched during NFT LA. I got to actually go to that launch party. It was awesome. But yeah, you're now collaborating with others on sort of the tech side of things and these different utilities and applications.
Clarification also, this is original Beeple piece that someone owns that we authenticated for them.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
So people can come to you. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, we created a certificate of authenticity for them. So it's an animated piece. And then we created an AR filter as well that incorporates the certificate. We embedded his item with an NFC chip and also provided that to be included in the metadata to ensure that you are getting the one-of-one physical. So saw a need, and especially in these high-end luxury pieces that are one-on-one specifically, that this way this item can be put in a vault and you can come and share it. So you can still enjoy your collectible, even though it's nice to put away and protected. You can still show it off, play with it, bring the museum out in public and experience it for a lot of people and share it easily on social media. So for us, we took the item for him, created a part, and have it now so it can easily be shared and used in social media, so he can drive attention to his listings.
Hell yeah.
That's a really interesting concept. So this person brought you an individual NFT and you like certified that it was real? Like
they brought us a physical piece, so it's a physical sweatshirt. And, we have the video of him creating it. So we have the provenance of him creating it. We have the item. We know it's the item. We know the person. We have people in there drawing it. So we verified that. And that's very common for a gallery to do. So for us, we're an authenticate, and all of Z's art has a certificate of authenticity. So we extended their technology to an outside, considering it was a Beeple and what we liked, and then the ability to add the AR. So a new element. But yeah, all of Z's art does come with an NFC chip and a certificate of authenticity. So we've extended that to others, and if someone's interested in purchasing that, we can help out.
Amazing. And yeah, shout out everybody in the chat. Y'all are killing it, especially Nox Darkness over here saying, I have a ZHOVAK DB on my diner wall. And that is true. There is an awesome ZHOVAK DBs collab that we've done. You've collaborated with a lot of awesome projects and brands. Z, are there any others that you are working on now that you can mention, or any favorite collaborations that you've done in the past that you want to highlight?
Web2 life in apparel, I did a lot of, I started an apparel company that started with me, my mom, my grandma. We took it to 100 employees, and sold to Bloomingdale's Mall of Dubai. So for me, my Web2 career was incredible, having collaborated with giant companies and Cladco Entertainment, who owns Care Bears. So did a whole collection with Care Bears and really cool stuff I've done in the past, but nothing has ever felt as exciting as creating a skateboard with you, because it's very non-corporate, it's one of one. You get to actually see who owns the merchandise. Like, in the chat, someone is literally telling us that they own the skateboard. So those feelings like hit home, and it feels so good with the heart. But yeah, yep, there it is. Oh wait, I gotta get mine.
This is one of three. This one's still in the plastic, so you can't really, it's a little bit reflective. But yeah, so 3 different amazing designs. One yellow, one pink, one blue is the blue one. Yeah, these are freaking amazing. These were super limited edition. There was only, I think, like 4, maybe 4 of each color that were made. So yeah, super dope. DB's ZHOVAK collab.
Who owns the other collectibles here? You said there's only like 8 in the world?
So there's only about 12, between 12 to 15. I don't remember the exact, but yeah, only like less than 15 of these were ever made. And I know Z has a couple of them. I've got one. And then a bunch of DBs and ZHOVAK collectors and people that came out to NFT NYC at the Web3 Lounge got the others.
Is this a certificate of authenticity down here? Is this that piece here? The barcode?
I
think that's just
we actually provide an NFC chip, so very similar to the Beeple thing you saw. That's an NFC chip.
Got it.
Next to the Beeple filter.
Yeah, I think that barcode is just like a design element that you use sometimes, right?
Dope.
It's kind of like parodying the commercial nature of our lives, maybe, because you do have, like, within the ZHOVAK oeuvre, right? I think that's the proper word, right? The world of ZHOVAK and your style and your own movement. You have a bunch of different elements that you use in different ways, which is really cool. And again, I think it makes your work very iconic and recognizable. So I think that barcode is like one example of a common design element that you use.
Yeah, they're also like, every piece I create in my art comes from a spiritual intention, like what the goal is. For example, let's say one piece is, even if it's a digital, it's meant to heal. So I want everyone that looks at that piece, even if it's a goofy pop art color, feel like energetic, feel happy, and heal whatever pain they're doing. So I'll Google like ton of quantum physics, numerology numbers, like HZ frequencies, and then every single color that I pick, let's say in my digital work, I'll make sure that I'm using high frequency, like 369, 432 HZ in all the color codes and the Pantones and the shapes in the art brushes. And so that's what that barcode is. They're all just healing numbers and spiritual numbers.
Very interesting. So, yeah, and I have to say also, one of the things that I love, you're mentioning the fun. I feel like your art and your brand is very fun. It is very pop art, very colorful. And yeah, especially for digital art, for phygital work, for NFTs, I think that really plays well. So anyway, I love it. I'm proud to be a collector and super happy that y'all are able to hop on here for a minute. I think we are going to hop over back into the news headlines here in just a moment. But I want to make sure that we pull back up, that the new drop, the C1P Born in Cali t-shirt, drop that link in the chat for anybody that wants to try and get one of these super limited edition. There's only 22 of these amazing shirts. This is really, really innovative. And again, we were talking a little bit more on GM Web3 about how innovative what you're doing is. So yeah, we're dropping that in the chat. Again, if you want to get in on this drop, there's an allow list process, but there's only 22 of them. And yeah, for Z, for Jeff, any other sort of like last comments, words, things that you want to leave us with in terms of, future fashion, ZHOVAK, Z Labs, and everything that y'all are doing, please do.
Yeah, just, out here doing the work, embedding technology as all of that grows. bringing it to the Web2, Web3, continuing collaborating. And, I would love anyone listening to join our community. Our studio's in downtown LA, so we will have we have been, and you have been to a few of them, but being part of our community, there is no this big announcement of you own this, you come. It's like you own a piece of our IP, or you come to our event, you become a community. We'll help you grow with your project, you grow with us. So, just as simple artist tech, authentic growth of, giving back to humans and growing together. But at the same time, we're really doing the work, embedding technology, utilizing the blockchain, educating everybody around us. So, supporting a piece of this shirt also gives us the monetary ability to grow, onboard more people, and just have a cool community.
I appreciate the work that you guys are doing. Honestly, it's felt like, and I didn't mean to project honestly onto y'all's thoughts on the space right now, but it has felt from our perspective that it has gotten kind of too speculative in a way. And we have a commenter in chat saying I'm perma grinning right now. It's because we used to do these artist highlights and spotlights all the time, and it's felt like we've gotten away from that just in the state of the industry and where we're at in market perspective and sentiment. So I appreciate the work y'all are doing, and I'm glad we could highlight it today.
Yeah, and it feels. Yeah, I was gonna say real quick, it feels like a byproduct of being in the traders market, right? We talk a lot about how we're very much in a traders market and not in a collectors market right now. And so I think the byproduct of that is over fixating on the financialization of everything and a little bit less on the things that a lot of us really care about, which is dope artists, dope IP, and people actually creating unique experiences. Sorry, Z, go ahead.
Thank you. No, I said this earlier and I'll say it again. You just see it in the space. There's many points, right? We need those institutions. We need, me as an artist, I need Jeff, I need people like you to grow what I'm doing, right? Otherwise, I'll be selling incense down my block in order for me to survive. So it's I am a creative with ideas, but then I need these communities. But as humans, I think it's to find that perfect balance where neither, outlines the other, and we sort of grow together. And this is a bit negative, but what I said earlier, there's so much a few $1 million pump will get you. There's no longevity. There has to be heart and belief and wanting to help humanity for the collective consciousness to rise and be better. I don't know.
I mean, look, again, you bring a lot of passion and heart and thought and intention behind all of this stuff, which I think really shows through. So it's awesome to have you here, getting to talk about it. And I have to say, I hope that I get the gold C1P and win another big canvas of yours. Because again, she's not just a super talented fashion designer. She is a real artist, and you actually are a super talented painter. I have one of your big paintings already, but the winner, the person that gets this gold C1P, also gets a large canvas. You said it's even bigger than the one that I have, so that's pretty big. That means it's big. It's like a large canvas. So somebody's gonna win that. I hope it's me.
I hope so too. I'm excited to see.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Guys. Link is in the chat. Big love to you, Z. Give her a follow, give her some love, and get on this allow list. And yeah, appreciate y'all coming through. We're about to jump back into the headlines.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
Bye.
Heck yeah. All right.
Dude, that was a really cool artist spotlight. The only thing is my digiphysical dreams died here today. That's unfortunate.
Is it officially done? Did we put a nail in this coffin? I mean, it should have been done a long time ago.
Like I said, I'm shook. All right, I was actually shook. We have a lot of things to talk about. I actually need to get an update here on the interest rates, but getting back to some other collections, right, in the NFT space, staying in that collector's mindset. Artifact is obviously a large NFT project in the space, and they built out multiple different products under this Artifact brand. And King James wearing the artifacts.
Hey, yo.
And we
That's
had
a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, right now, all spotlights are on him, right? Because of the Lakers and the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat as well. Jimmy Butterworth or Jimmy McFly is also saying, what about the LeBron Top Shot moment? Is that a good long-term NFT play? I don't know if this would be a clever marketing trick by LeBron James here. It's, you know, he's a fairly good marketer himself. So I wonder if this doesn't have to do with any type of Top Shot moment that was going on sale. So looking to see if there's any comment here, but I'm gonna look that up, Gift. But yeah, that's a pretty big moment here for Artifact. Like to have LeBron wearing their shoes, that's big.
I mean, you know, we've been talking about how some things have been feeling nostalgic with like the high gas fees, at least recently. This actually feels a little bit nostalgic to me too, back to like bull times, because I don't know if you remember, but like Rumble Kong League and some other projects.
Yep.
Yeah, Gutter Cats, I think too. They were all being rocked by like NBA players back in the bull market too. Like those are some of the cooler moments to see as well when they were rocking like a beanie or a shirt or something like that. So yeah, this feels cool. It feels awesome to see, you know, one of the biggest sports stars in the history of the game rocking some new phygital gear from Artifact. That's pretty dope, especially again, given that they are in the NBA Finals right now.
So the question being, do you buy these NBA Top Shot packs from last night or from, I guess, their defeat over the Grizzlies? My answer is, you know, the Top Shot moments really have not been, unless you were there fairly early, have not been really, you know, strong buys in that sense. So I don't know if you should be buying any of the Top Shot packs, but, you know, honestly, we haven't looked at that platform in a while. So maybe it's due for a deep dive into that protocol or that platform on the Flow protocol.
Yeah, I mean, my one question about it would be like, how are they handling the supply now? You know what I mean? Because wasn't that the biggest issue, was that they basically undercut their own confidence in their product by adding way too much supply?
Yeah, if you know anything about Dapper, what Dapper does is they're releasing what they call innovative ideas. They don't really care about the supply concept as we like it here in the PFP space. So, you know, you're talking CryptoKitties, Top Shot, all of these have fell victim to, and a little bit now to Doodles, right? Can we extend that narrative to Doodles with Doodles too? Like this.
Well, it's interesting also that you bring in Doodles here, because we've been talking about phygital fashion, the future of fashion, and we really haven't mentioned them. They are also out there trying to be like the Web3 fashion brand. That's a big part of what they're doing with Pharrell, with, you know, the Doodles Studio, Doodles 2, and being able to dress them in different, your characters in different ways. So anyway, I think it's just interesting that we haven't even really focused on them at all, given that we've been talking for the last couple hours about digital fashion. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Top Shot, like, we've got Marty Butterworth over here saying that they're super bullish on Top Shot, and like, it might be a play. Like, it might come back if they can figure out their tokenomics. It might come back, but like, yeah, I don't know. It seems very speculative right now. But isn't everything? It's kind of like if 5 to 10 years ago you were buying trading cards, sports cards. Most people would be like, what are you doing? Like, this is dumb. Nobody cares. But then, a couple years later, you would have been looking fucking smart. You would have been looking real smart.
Yeah. So, I think much like the broader NFT market, there's going to be some Top Shot collections that do really well. Like that was one thing when they first started to launch, before they just threw out the entire like supply with just unending pack openings. If they launched like classic cards, like the Jordan cards would have done great. You know what I mean? Jordan would have done great. All of those classics, or like the specific moments that they ended up, I think, getting back to. But like the Kyrie step back shot to beat the Warriors when he was on the Cavaliers, like those moments, I think will do well on NBA Top Shot. But overall, the vast majority of people are going to get wrecked if you're trying to like buy to flip. But honestly, I think we need to jump back into that platform to make that that answer be anywhat somewhat correct. I think because we just don't know. That was like the first time we did jump in Top Shot, we were like, I don't know, and then people were like, no, if you spend a little bit of time here, you can get like the 2x, 3x's, which led to like even crazier numbers.
Yeah, good points all around. Also, Choina coming in here with some interesting takes. I did share this article with you in the private DMs down here, Q, if we wanted to hit this quick news headline, because it appears to me that there's an interesting new meta afoot. There's an interesting new focus in the space, which is basically celebrating like lunatic degeneracy and just like bad behavior. Like we've gotten to a point.
Always been the case.
It's okay. Celebrating degen culture has always been just like kind of throughout, the space. It's been a big part of like the space, sort of like the what do you call it? It's sort of just like the underbelly underneath everything is just this degen culture. Is just everybody knows and kind of celebrates it in their own ways, and we talk about it a lot. But now that we're in this bear market where the whole world has shrunk, the NFT market has largely shrunk. You've primarily just got it's again, I think the metaphor that we use is it's like 4 a.m. at the fucking casino right now, and all you've got is like the craziest gamblers still here, pulling the levers and trying to get one last hit in.
Can I add something to this analogy though? Because it's more like a poker table right now, where you're actually not battling the house, you're battling everybody else. Then actually like battling the house, and maybe everybody's winning at certain points. But we're at the poker table, everybody's taking each other's chips.
Yeah. Yes, and like most of the people that are still here right now actively trading, the active wallets are the like hardcore gambling degenerates. And so what you see is like the projects and the people that are coming in trying right now, whether it's Blur and Blend, creating new protocols specifically servicing this gambling nature of the space, or if it's new projects or existing projects trying to get more attention on what they're doing, they are leaning into the degeneracy as like, that is the brand, that is the marketing. And so GoblinTown now is announcing season 2. Yay, because that's what we need is another GoblinTown collection. But the way that you get allow listed, it's called Big Ink, by the way. The way that you get allow listed on this 15,000 expansion project, 15,000 supply expansion project at GoblinTown is you have to apply as a degenerate and tell them how wrecked your behavior is and be part of the worst, quote unquote, worst traders.
Yeah, so I want to watch the trailer here. There's about a minute 15 trailer that GoblinTown put out that like was this announcement. I don't hate this novelty of like taking like doing it in a different way, doing like a whitelist or an allow list in a different way. I don't hate it. I've never been a fan of GoblinTown. Again, they definitely do profit off that like degeneracy or like low, I don't even know what to call it, just like
lowest common denominator.
Yeah, just like messy stuff. But I will say like the history of the internet has its like there's a lot of the history of the internet in chat forums and Reddits and even 4chans and like just forums in general as the early 2000s kind of took off, and that's where a lot of degenerates live. It's not all like nice and pretty like people see it, that they interact with Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff. A lot of the internet is forum based, and there's a lot of memery that happens. Yeah, it's an underbelly is a great term. But let's see the GoblinTown underbelly here. This is actually pretty cool. I just blew out someone's eardrums. Da 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 da. Good job. Look, you can't hate that. You can't hate that. I don't. You can't. What are you gonna say about that? That was actually really entertaining, and it leads to a really actually a really cool allow list feature that they're adding, and not just saying here anybody that owns it can hop on the allow list. It's like it's a totally innovative thing. I think it's not like over the top.
Repurposing a Star Wars scroll as a narrative element is a totally innovative thing. I don't know, man.
What else are you seeing in the NFT space right now? Tell me, other than don't mention Yuga or anything Yuga. Tell me like who's innovating like that. Who's telling a story like that?
Other side. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and just hate on it. It's interesting. I still don't think it's for me, but at least, they know their brand, they know their audience well, and they're doing something interesting in a time when there's not that much interesting things going on. So I do like the question, though, that Choina is putting out, which is like, what is your most Rekt behavior? Like, I feel like this is just a fun thing. Let us know in the chat your most degenerate moment. What is the most Rekt behavior you've ever had? I'll share mine if you'll share yours, Q.
What is the most degenerate behavior that I've had? Other than not selling at the top a year ago at this time?
Yeah.
Probably Mechaverse. Probably holding Mechaverse when it did pump pre-reveal is probably my most degenerate behavior. I didn't lose. I don't think I lost money. I didn't buy it at 9 ETH. Are we talking about like what we've lost the most? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, however you want to define it. To me, it's like, where did I go wrong and lose the most doing just totally ridiculous moves?
I was in the Iron Finance thing with Mark Cuban. I was in the deep. Do you remember when Mark Cuban was in the space for like this amount of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he got wrecked in Iron Finance and then called for regulators to come in. He lost like millions of dollars. I lost like a good amount. Not like anything crazy, but yeah.
Iron Finance.
What's yours?
Getting ironed out. I was big into Time Wonderland DeFi and got absolutely wrecked there. It was that and OhmDAO and strong nodes, like all those DeFi projects that like people were talking about on YouTube. I was too late. When it's on YouTube, like people are talking about on YouTube, like you're probably too late. I got absolutely wrecked. Another example of just being absolutely out of my mind was we could talk about live on the show, just things that I've done, like buying Cock Punch at the top.
Yeah, we know about that. That's heavily documented. We're looking at like the stuff that hasn't made film.
Okay, I bought a lot of rare Pepes. So not rare Pepes, no, a derivative of Bored Apes and rare Pepes called rare Pepes. I bought a lot of them at the top.
I got wrecked on. I love this derivative conversation because I got wrecked pretty bad on. Not loot, but X loot. Like there was a derivative of loot. I got wrecked pretty bad there. But I think Prodigy actually brought this up. And this is by far my biggest loss, other than the money I've lost in BlockFi. Star Atlas, I went heavy on. I'm a Web3 gamer. Like they were on Solana. They were going to do all these big things. And we bought a lot of Star Atlas ships. And I'm still going to hold out hope that some of those do well. But definitely wrecked for sure. But yeah, guys, send in your most wrecked into the chat. I would love to hear and read off your most wrecked moment.
Yeah, and if you're enjoying us reliving our saddest moments, go ahead and smash the like for us, because you know what? We can use the moral support right now as we think through our litany of disastrous decisions. So smash that like, and we're going to read a few of these. Squashman saying he got wrecked on Oni. I'm guessing he bought in at the top when that initially pumped. And also he said, trying to flip the Recur Rugrats NFTs. Hey, remember that platform Recur that was taking all these
What?
old IPs like Rugrats, and I think they did probably
like Vivi?
Nickelodeon. Dude, like it's kind of like I feel Wax, like what Wax was doing, what like Nifty's with Game of Thrones.
Yep.
You know, they basically license these beloved IP and turn them into, you know, spin up an NFT project without a lot of effort.
Can I tell you what the difference was with Wax? Was that there, for whatever reason, there was already a flywheel effect that started. You know, this flywheel effects like sometimes start randomly. I can't like say to the exact point like this is why Wax was super successful. But I remember GPKs was a really successful drop. The Garbage Pail Kids, where it was like old school kind of 80s collectible cards. People were flipping those for thousands. There was a lot of other drops between then and when Street Fighter dropped and all these different things. And it was like you could make a ton of money. And I think it had to do with the liquidity in that market. I don't know how. Again, where did that liquidity from? Like you could say the same thing about Vivi. Like why would that one not be successful on the secondary market as Wax was successful on the secondary market? But dude, on Wax, you could flip anything. You know what I mean? Like there was liquidity to do so, and there was an active market where I think Vivi and probably Rugrats on Recur didn't have this like active market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point. And I'm just enjoying reading all these comments right now. Squash Man saying, yeah, he missed the whitelist on Oni and FOMO'd in a few days later using new profits to buy in at 5 ETH, holding all the way up and down. That's rough. Cam Taylor also sharing a similar experience, saying he got wrecked on Oni as well. Jimmy McFly is saying he got arrested on a beer run. Does that count? Sure, we'll give you partial credit here. Choina saying we should have an amnesty day where we all agree to reveal the contents of our hidden folders. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to get a lot of people on board with. Dead Polaroid saying they didn't take WETH offers of 156 ETH on 200 other side land. I'm guessing he means like he
means the yacht
token?
club. He means he had a land on the yacht club. You know what I mean? On that like main island, and he got 156 offer on that. Sheesh.
Oof.
So I got out of I've told you about this. I got out of one of my sandbox positions. Like I was able to buy an estate that had like a 9. It was like a 3x3, so 9 estates in total. And I bought 2, and I got out of one for like a pretty penny. But dude, at the top, those sandbox lands, man, which we hate on all the time now. But it was like when the metaverse narrative was strong, I would get strong offers like that. I would get like 90 ETH offers on like
wild
sandbox land.
That's so wild. Cam sharing more details about his Oni Force situation, saying he bought a top 30 rare Oni for 33 ETH and then felt lucky to sell it for 18 ETH on the way down.
I can't tell if Marty McFly thinks he's being funny, because it's not that funny. Like it's not that.
I'm kind of entertained by it still. I don't know. Maybe next week this time I'll be pretty bored with it. But you know what, Marty, keep doing you, bud. Appreciate you.
We just got an announcement 5 minutes ago. The Fed has raised interest rates. So this comes from the New York Times. They're updating like as we go. Let me turn this hip hop music. They call it this hip hop. It sounds like Christmas music. Get it together. Get it together. All right. So Federal Reserve raised interest rates by 1/4 point. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this on the right thing. It's 10th straight move and an adjustment that its policy rate above 5% for the first time since 2007. Central bankers open the door to possible pause in their post-meeting statement while they're keeping their options open. So that's good. That's exactly what everybody is expecting, which goes back to that Joker quote from The Dark Knight. It's like if you tell people that there's going to be something shitty that happens and something shitty happens, like a raised interest rate, and it goes according to plan, no one freaks out. So this is exactly what everyone's expecting. I'm sure the markets will react not that negatively to this because, again, with that ending statement, opened the door to possible pauses in their post-meeting statement. The key line from the statement was, in determining the extent to which additional policy firming may be appropriate to return inflation to 2% over time, the committee will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy, the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity, inflation, and economic and financial. That's a bunch of word salad. If you want to look at something really cool, I don't know why this is. Go ahead, GIF, while I try to fix this chart here. Oh, here it is.
Nah, I mean, look, I don't have a whole lot to say on these matters. I'm not, a traditional market economist, analyst type person. You're better at speaking to some of this. But yeah, my understanding was this was kind of expected. And usually when that happens, to your point, it's kind of priced in already, as long as it doesn't go far off of what the market was kind of expecting to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're going to keep us updated with, you're looking at CoinGecko right now. So give me just a second. Yeah, obviously, like, this isn't TradingView or anything like that. No, like, hardcore trading charts here. But if you look at it, there's a little bit of a bounce. We'll see where this goes. We just got the announcement. Why is this important? Why are we talking about it in a time, where we just had ZHOVAK on? Again, there's like these battling narratives and just battling feature sets of this industry. The reason why, I'll pull it up here, is because typically these interest rates will, and if I collapse this is a really cool looking chart, because these are interest rates based on years. So all the way back to 1970, as you can see. But you can see the period where we had little to no interest rates in what occurred in that time period. And then again in 20, which led to what people think is this huge, right, like run that we had on NFTs, and not saying that, oh my God, the interest rates are near zero, so everyone go buy an NFT. It was more so, hey, interest rates are near zero, so a lot of traditional equity investments or real estate or all of these different things that trickle down into crypto as a risk on asset are affected by this. So that's why it's important, folks, is as you see these 10 rate hikes in a row, we're back to previous, almost to 2008 levels, as you can see, where once it gets to that level, they could continue in perpetuity, I guess. I mean, 1980.
Looks like we are. Looks like we are now at 2008 levels.
Exactly. And so what the bullish people are saying is that, hey, we've done these 10 interest rate hikes in a row, which has led us, you can make the assumption and analogy to what bear market that we sit in today. Like, equities aren't going to do that well in a environment that you see stairs up 10 times in a row on the interest rates. So that's why we bring it up here today, is that oftentimes we talk about fundamentals here on the show, speculation here on the show. Well, a lot of it, regardless of the fundamentals of a lot of the NFT projects, we're not going to see an increase in a lot of these prices for projects until this shit turns around and gets back to levels where we were in 20 and 21 and 22. It's that simple, so that's why we're kind of bringing it up. I'll continue to bring up some details. But any thoughts here on the interest rates you guys drop in chat? These are often, again, affecting the larger market, which trickles down into crypto and then NFTs.
I'm just impressed at the eclectic, very, like, how we are able to cover all different kinds of things on these
started
shows.
With DUNE.
And somehow we wrap it all together into a nice, neat bow for our awesome audience, our awesome friends out there listening, hanging out with us. Man, we have been all over the board today. Like, we came in hot talking about Kane Mayfield and drug addicts and new babies and men getting uterus implants. Then we, had some awesome artist highlights, some focuses on digital fashion and the future of fashion with ZHOVAK. Then we hit on GoblinTown, the new meta around being totally wrecked. And now we're talking about interest rate hikes. What else? Oh yeah, don't forget DUNE.
We started with the Dune trailer. I mean, we're just so like we are so multi-talented, multifaceted that it really just. I mean, who does it better? This is the last thing I'll bring up. Likely, actually, I need to bring up a Rural Powell quote on it. But stocks rose after the Fed raised rates and omitted previous language. There you go. In its statement that signaled more rate increases to come, ushering in the pause investors had hoped for. The S&P rose 0.4%. Obviously, this is still ongoing. So, in an hour we'll know more, in a day we'll know even more, and so on and so forth. But this seems to be par for the course. And again, if those interest rates at all decide they want to go back down, or the Fed decides and then the interest rates go down, maybe that could lead to the next bull, which I think Ethereum investors, Bitcoin investors, and a lot of other people are expecting that kind of cascade once that turns around. I did have that Rural Powell. I'll end with that here. We've been talking about, again, the Federal Reserve raising at 0.25. The banks are suggesting that the Fed would be absolutely bananas to raise rates again, which they did, and add to that risk of more noise around the debt ceiling and possible liquidity removal. They are walking a very tight rope. Feels like bonds and crypto moment brewing. So obviously we look to Rural Powell as like a sound economic mind, more on the macro side, of course. I think Raul is definitely like more, long-term bearish on a lot of things. Doesn't he like short a lot of stock, or is he long? Is he just like long Bitcoin?
Yeah, he's pretty bullish on crypto in general. He's one of the more bullish, famous macro economist investor types that's very, very bullish on crypto, as far as I know, actually. Definitely Bitcoin, but I think also Ethereum. Like, he's one of the guys that thinks that Ethereum can, outperform Bitcoin as well. So yeah, he's deep in it. He's definitely invested in crypto. I know that, but yeah, I would love to highlight Raoul Powell more. I think he's a really smart dude, and I listen to a lot of his YouTube commentary and things like that. And again, my new favorite quote is from him, which is that culture is a use case, because I think that applies to NFTs.
Love it. All right. Speaking of NFTs and NFT lending, I'm about to talk about Blend, folks. We're square in the middle of quick hits.
I meant to bring this up today because this is actually pretty fascinating.
It is. Well, yeah, it definitely is. Blend is now the #1 NFT lending protocol by volume and users on Ethereum. That's all time, folks. And they
within like 24
yesterday.
hours. Yeah.
Since launch, Blend has originated $16 million in loan volume, 25 times more loan volume than the previous top NFT lending protocols. That is a wild stat. So a couple things are involved in this. Obviously, Blur is incentivizing heavily the lending happening on the platform, but they have a lot of users that are traders that will use this product, and clearly, to the tune of they're the biggest lending protocol already, 24 hours after launch. So what's your thought?
This is the power of good UI design and integrating with the marketplace, and also, to your point, shows the strength. Like, what does a product market fit look like? This is it. Like, you launch something and it takes off like this. That's how you know that you're creating something that is fitting. It's creating a real utility or application that your audience cares about and wants to use. So yeah, we talk about how there's not a lot of product market fit right now, or that a lot of projects and builders haven't figured out the product market fit, but Blur has. They know their audience. They know how to keep building out this suite of tools for degenerate gamblers, basically JPEG traders, to keep the exuberance alive, yeah. Keep some liquidity going, keep the dream alive a little bit longer. My take on this was just being very cautious and wary about like while they are innovating on NFT markets, while they are creating, the potential for some lucky people to do very well and maybe even get rich, I feel like we're getting to the point where I think, as Gary Vee said, we haven't seen any high profile suicides, and it almost feels inevitable to me that some lives are going to get absolutely destroyed because most people that are using these tools, I think, are pretty young and inexperienced traders, and they don't necessarily think out a couple months or a year or two out from like, what does this do?
I actually loved Kane Mayfield's point. He oftentimes he makes like 1 or 2 points where I'm just like, you hit the nail on the head. And although we're kind of getting dark here, although there are suicides in like major investment banks and TradeFi and all those things of more experienced folks, the one that you mentioned was like a more inexperienced guy, I think. And to Kane's point was that a lot of people are not degenerate gamblers in this space. They're LARPing as degenerate gamblers. And I was like, you're hitting the nail on the head. Like, degenerate gamblers are like, they have a problem. You know what I mean? A lot of people are just trying to, be that small little guppy that's like following this whale around. They're trying to make money here and follow the process which they think they can do to 10x or 20x or whatever. Degenerate gamblers are like, I'm mortgaging my literal house, like to buy NFTs. Not everybody's doing that, but they will potentially do smaller bets to try to LARP a little bit, which I think was right on.
Yeah, shout out Kane Mayfield again, because I think he's right, but that doesn't mean that the damage can't be done to a lot of people using these things and not fully understanding the impact that they can have. Yeah, it is a little bit depressing. Hey, Marty McFly, the real Marty McFly, please stand up. He's shown up. He's here in the chat, y'all. Don't worry, we got Marty back. But it is morbid. It is depressing to think about it that way. And the one anecdote that I was referencing in my tweet was about Alexander Kearns, who's like a 20-year-old kid that was on Robinhood not knowing what he was doing, and then woke up to a negative balance of like $730,000 and killed himself. And that's a tragedy that really should never happen. But you could also then look on the other side and say, well, that's free market, Darwin Award, and that's fucked up. But I don't know, man. Like, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. I just I don't know. It's hard for me to not worry about some people, but I should also probably care less about a lot of people.
Yeah, I think Statistics, which is probably my favorite follow in the space, he's just doing a fucking phenomenal job following not only the blend story in Blur, but most of the market in data visualizations and things like this. But I think he echoes a lot of your sentiment, which he's saying that people who are actually trying to buy NFTs with ETH are the ones getting wrecked here. So people who feel connection to the art, the story, the traits, the community, it feels like those folks are leaving, because at the end of the day, you're just becoming exit liquidity for people that are driving the prices downward. So Statistics has a bunch of thoughts there. Honestly, he was talking about that Azuki pump as well. So somebody's been buying up Azuki. Obviously, Azuki is one of the, I believe, first collections that you can lend out on Blend. And through this, he was able to actually like exit in this hype up where people are like, I guess, buying Azuki to then lend it out, or vice versa. Apparently that person sold a shit ton of Azukis. So let me show you here. So
yeah, some people are gonna get this right. And so again, I'm not losing that. And again, I think it's gonna be, when the market's actually better, I think there might be a lot of people that do pretty well. Because like we keep saying, this is the type of like jet fuel that kind of just accelerates markets in whichever direction they're going.
So I want to pull up one more thing related to this story here, because one person that does know how this market is working is the person who created the Jared from Subway bot, the Meb bot that has been sandwiching a lot of orders to try to take some off the top. This is awesome. This is awesome AI art, I think, or someone's digital creation. Jared from Subway is back and eating Ethereum network resources. Apparently, if you've seen gas prices soar, apparently one of the main causes is Jared from Subway. So in the last 24 hours, it spent $1.5 million in gas fees. This represents 8% of the total gas usage on the Ethereum network. Jared Jared from Subway is currently the highest spender of Ethereum gas for the past month and day. Below are the gas fees spent and the percentage of total network usage. You can see in 3 months, the Jared from Subway bot has spent $18 million
What the
in
heck?
gas.
So is this a bot or is this a person? Like, I'm so confused by this.
Someone wrote the algo. Someone wrote the code for the bot. Someone's behind it, obviously.
So it is a bot. Obviously somebody wrote it, but like it's not just a person pulling levers. It's an actual bot.
Yep. Since the Medbot began operating, Ethereum gas prices have been trending upwards. So if you're spending more on gas these days, blame the sandwich bot. I'm interested in this. It says 30 days ago the Medbot began operating, but they also have the 3-month total gas usage here.
So yeah, I was talking yesterday about how, like, is it just meme coins and altcoins that are doing a lot of this? Apparently it's this bot. So what is this bot doing? Like, what are all these transactions? Is it NFTs? Is it meme coins?
I think they're sandwiching the meme coin, the meme and altcoins. This happened in DeFi. That's what I'm like. This is what led to Uniswap adding the slippage feature, which I think you mentioned earlier this morning, where somebody got wrecked because they didn't use the slippage feature. Well, these bots are some of the reasons why there is a slippage feature, because they'll come in and kind of front run your transaction and make it so you don't get what you thought you were getting when you were making the trade. So that happened in DeFi a ton. You would be like, oh, I can get a bunch of YAM for X price. You send in the transaction, the bots front run you, and they get it. I think this one is just selling to the same person. So again, we're not high frequency traders here, if you could call this Mevbot that, but they're high frequency trading relative to the Ethereum network.
Yeah. It's wild, man. This seems like something we should look more into. I did also share the link, Squashman calling out the MasterCard Music Pass, which is a free mint that ends Friday. And Warp Sounds is a partner. So we haven't really talked about this, but apparently there's 100,000 that have been minted now. So I guess I need to go pick one up. Looking pretty interesting.
Is this like a competitor to Audius, or what's going on here? An artist? No, it can't be. It can't be like a streaming platform from MasterCard.
Artist Accelerator.
Access creative Web3 content. Maybe it'll have like landing pages for these artists and
make music in an AI powered studio. Learn from mentors. Learn how Web3 powers the music industry. I don't know, man. Looks interesting.
Yeah. Oh, they got some token gated content already. You guys are doing it. All right. So Marty McFly saying it's deflationary, so it helps you in a way. I'm going to keep pounding on the tabletop here, just spreading the good word that ETH is deflationary. I mean, as usage goes up with Ethereum 2.0 now, you'll see more and more deflation of the asset, which you can't say to a lot of assets in the world that we existed today, including the good old US dollar, including the I guess the circulating supply of Bitcoin. It's not necessary, but it's kind of it's a stagnant supply. It's a static.
I think it is
supply,
actually I think it is deflationary though, because the way that it's so much gets lost, and like I think there's already millions of Bitcoin that are like lost forever, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't claim it, and then there's a bunch in Satoshi's wallet as well. The original Genesis, not the original Genesis wallet, but there's definitely Bitcoin in stagnant wallets. All right. I appreciate you bringing that to our attention there, Squash Man. It says, and a ton of people are going to come out of the woodwork next bull run trying to push the historical 2021 NFTs narrative to offload their bags. Yeti blue chip status confirmed. Listen, we saw this with Mooncats. You remember Mooncats and Ether Rocks? Do you remember those?
Yeah. And Skulls.
The only one that didn't get that treatment was CryptoKitties. So I wasn't able to offload my crypto kitties and do that. As I was saying, so how do we measure the lending activity? Is it still in Celsius? So that is a different process. I think they're primarily, again, working with more currencies, if you want to call them that. They're not working with non-fungible tokens. So we were more specifically talking about, and Blur was specifically talking about NFT lending platforms, like a BendDAO, like a NFT not necessarily Celsius lending and BlockFi lending. Set slippage to 10% gift, dude. Marty's on top right now, on top of you right now. What's up?
I don't know, man. I think he's mad that we called out Butterworth, his ruse. I think he's mad that he's been exposed. But
okay, there's a couple other quick stories I want to get to. We're about 15 minutes out for the end of the episode here. We do have a couple different pieces that I want to touch on. So apparently, and this is big news, we covered it, Amazon is launching in 12 days.
sheesh.
So Amazon is launching its NFT Marketplace in 12 days, and it's huge for Web3. I haven't even read this thread, folks. The main reason I brought it up was to kind of go through this with you guys.
Is that Franklin's ape?
Yeah. Love it.
No way.
Yeah, that's Kevin Rose's Moonbird. That's Zagabond.
Wow.
Is that Poopy?
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. 1 through 14.
Frank.
Where's the thread? Dude, tell me I didn't get fucking rugged here, man. Dude, if they got me here, there's no way.
That can't be real. Let's see. Checking the news.
Why do people like this? Can someone to confirm? Because now Campbell's on the tweet too, saying this is going to be huge, which makes me even less sure that this is real.
All right, here's the most recent thing that I can see from March 8th. Says Amazon to reportedly launch NFT Marketplace next month, but we've already passed April. So I don't see anything popping up in my news feed.
This tweet got 450,000 impressions.
Dude, people
I'm taking
are...
away my leg, dude.
This is what when I say the art of the troll. That's what that is. The art of the troll right there in action. They got you, Q. Got him.
Oh, wait, there's multiple people here. Now, again, we're in the recesses of Twitter at this point. Holy cow, Amazon is launching its NFT Marketplace in 12 days. Simplified purchases of fiat, phygital integration, and a private blockchain with Ethereum, AVAX, and Chainlink integration. Count me in. Where is this info? God damn it.
Dude, you're about to get FOMO'd into clicking a bunch of links, and then before you know it, your wallet is drained right now, bro. This to me feels like people setting up for scams. That's what this feels like.
We can do a live scam.
Yeah.
We haven't had that on the channel yet. God damn it. Is there no like Amazon NFT like profile?
I don't know, but I'm sure somebody's set one up for you, Q. They're just waiting to find them.
All right, I don't see anything on the main Amazon account. Let me check one more time here. Can you hit the chat while we're waiting if anything is still there?
It's mostly just Marty McFly busting my balls, but we got Sir Silly lolling over here. What's up, Sir Silly? Happy to see you here. What else? We got Prodigy, Arafim killing it. Arafim saying, yeah, I'm definitely a guppy. Hate losing money. I mean, who doesn't? Can't blame you. I hate it too, but I've definitely lost a lot in the space so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazingly, Jimmy Butterworth has disappeared from the chat when Marty showed up. I don't know how that happens. Dead Polaroid saying Amazon Club membership NFTs coming.
Okay, we're getting some activity, so I appreciate you guys. Hash Rhymes is also saying this link was shared in Discord, so I'm going to go to Discord as well. The Crypto Slate, I don't know if that was dropped in chat, but Crypto Slate is one of the ones that is reporting on this, saying Amazon NFT Marketplace to launch this month. So unless I'm on some type of now elaborate scam media site.
Well, Squashman is saying that he sees that full thread that you couldn't access for some reason.
I'm shook.
Shooketh again? Oh,
Did Moritz block me?
Maybe.
Oh, I see it. I've got it, folks. Okay. So the marketplace. Okay, so we're back. Thank you. I see it. The marketplace was originally scheduled to launch in 2022. New launch date after several delays is set for May 15th. I've gathered information from 15 different articles. There's not a lot of official information out, so nothing is 100% confirmed. That's my favorite type of info. Amazon wants to simplify NFT purchases. You'll be able to pay with fiat. You won't need any technical know-how about the block. I mean, dude, Amazon is coming out with an NFT marketplace in 14 days, like 12 days. It's actually huge. It looks like Amazon is also betting on the future of blockchain-based gaming. At least many articles were mentioning the integration and partnership with Web3 gaming projects. GIF hop in whenever. I am getting major, and I know it's because we've been covering this space for so long. I'm getting major Coinbase NFT vibes, like in the back of my head. I'm like, but this could totally go sideways.
Yeah, we have to. Yes, that is important to mention, which is you can't get too far ahead of yourself and get too excited, because we've seen several of these moments where we're like, this is the thing that can onboard millions of new people into the space, which it can. It absolutely could be, but it's all about the execution. I think when it comes to marketplaces, Amazon has a phenomenal track record of execution. So I am bullish and excited about it, but yeah, we have to temper those expectations.
Shout out to Jared and Squashman, who have now DM'd me for my incompetence of not being able to have the articles ready for you guys. So thank you guys a bunch. Blockchain. Amazon launches its own private blockchain. There will also be selected Ethereum projects integrated since the beginning, and they will also be partnered with AVAX and Chainlink, but details are not known yet. I assume they will keep integrating more chains. The name will be Amazon Digital Marketplace. Do you like that? I kind of like that. There's no NFT in there. We know that helps.
Fine.
It's like kind of irrelevant. We all know about the public perception of NFTs. Yeah. The initial launch will only be in America. Amen. Hey, we got a dub. We've been excluded from a lot.
Speaking of Coinbase,
staking.
we're losing Coinbase, but we're getting Amazon.
Which one would you rather have?
I don't know, man. I guess Amazon. Most of my shit that I order online comes through them.
Okay, Moritz is coming to the same conclusion as he's writing the thread. Some of you probably remember the hype around Coinbase NFT Marketplace and are very skeptical now. Wow, you read my mind. But there are many differences here, and this will actually be huge for NFTs. That sounds like your famous last words.
Yeah.
Let's compare the monthly active users. Okay, so they have a lot more monthly active users. Coinbase Marketplace wasn't even easy to access for Coinbase users. The Amazon Marketplace is supposed to be exactly that from the main Amazon page. So guys, this is pretty big. I had no idea that it was launching May 12th here, or May 14th. Wow.
Is Amazon, is Big Daddy Bezos gonna save us all? Is this gonna save Web3 and NFTs? Let us know in the chat what you think. Is Amazon the godsend that we've all been waiting for to help turn around this market and send us into the next summer bull market? I want to know what you think. Can Amazon do it? Can Amazon actually onboard millions of new people into the Web3 ecosystem? Or is this going to be another thud, another big sort of nothing burger that doesn't go anywhere?
They said they were launching with like 15 collections to start. Do you see, like, there's not going to be
the thing? So like that's cool, but to me, what I'm actually really excited about is how they integrate NFT and Web3 tech into Twitch. Yeah, because this could be the thing that really shows gamers the value.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
so
and I
merch
think
is
I
another
think
thing.
if yeah, well, Phygital, there's a lot of things that are really exciting and have a lot of potential here. I think gaming, Web3 gaming, and gaming integrations, and then the Phygital items really making that a more obvious, usable use case, something that's easier to do. I don't know, man. It has a lot of potential.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
I was on shaky ground to start. All right. One last one. I believe I had the Sports Illustrated for Polygon, I believe, as well, that we could touch on the ticketing. But this one is an announcement of an announcement here from Puma.eth. Puma's been making its way into the NFT space. They said, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Tomorrow, we unveil something super fast and exciting. That's what she said.
That looks like the back of a car of some
It
kind.
does. It does.
So,
You think that's like a Formula One car?
oh, F1. That would make sense.
This is an EV F1 car. Yep.
Electronic F1 car.
Beeple's got to be on it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Tomorrow we unveil something super fast and exciting. So they recently came out with the and I'm using the goddamn term. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use Phygital for the remainder of this episode. For the remainder of this episode.
Go.
Just to pay respects to ZHOVAK. So they came out with a Phygital release here recently. They already have an NFT collection out. Did we get Gift Head back at any point? We got him back. Let's go.
I'm just too amped up to finally have you over on the right side of history with us. It's a big day.
So again, Puma launched the Phygital, I think, Grails. They're like slipstream Grails from 10KTF here. So that happened. I don't know what could an F1 announcement from Puma be?
Yeah, it's a great question. It would be awesome if it was like an actual car. It was like racing or something. That'd be pretty cool. If it's some kind of like NFT or a racing game, that could be interesting. I don't know. Beyond that, no idea. I mean, like I feel like it has to somehow fit back into the fashion side of things. You know what I mean? Which is a challenge. Yeah, it's like, where does F1 cars and fashion come together? Maybe
highlight the car.
Well, maybe so, like racing merch, like racing gear, right? So they might be kind of introducing a new line of apparel that's kind of in that, very futuristic racing sort of speed racer aesthetic. I could see something like that. I feel like that would fit Web3 well. Electronic vehicle F1 style could fit Web3 and metaverse fashion well. Maybe it is more metaverse focused. Again, like maybe some kind of game or just like some kind of Puma metaverse activation that's like an F1 activation.
I also lean towards it being like a sponsorship of a car or a team, but like I don't know how that helps Puma holders. I don't know how jazzed up they'll be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's branding.
It's branding. All right. Hey, do you know anything about this Sports Illustrated ticketing piece?
It's on Polygon. I know that. Yeah. What else do I need to know?
Will allow event organizers to issue commemorative non-fungible token tickets.
It's like
including pre-attendance and post events. Yeah. From the moment we launched our global event marketplace, which now boasts 50 million tickets to over 250,000 sports, concerts, and shows, we have been preparing to enter and disrupt the primary ticket market.
This is interesting. So, like, are they competing with Ticketmaster or Eventbrite or all of the above? Is this going to be like the future
Feels like Ticketmaster
platform?
Yep, feels like Ticketmaster competitor here. So attendees can scan their NFTs for expedited entry passes, drink coupons, and music downloads before the event and can receive post-event video content and rewards thereafter. Guests will keep their tickets to your event in their digital wallet forever.
Forever.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's fine.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
For an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office, powered by SI Tickets. Manage ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. List your local event right alongside NBA games and Beyonce concerts. And always know your sales figures. Oh, and by the way, our costs are up to 50% less, so you earn more on your tickets. Set up your event in minutes. Just choose your category, pick a date and time, customize your event description with images, video, and other content, and create your tickets. And we go beyond the barcode, introducing the all-new Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. We give your guests free credits to buy tickets to any major sports, concert, or theater event on the SI Tickets Marketplace. Okay, let's sum this up. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. We elevate your event like no one else can and help you sell more tickets. We are Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
So like you're saying this is a Ticketmaster competitor. I actually think it's more of an Eventbrite Luma competitor, because this is like, for us, we've been doing these events out at all the conferences, doing Web3 lounges and things like that. And like last time, we were just in Austin for Consensus, we were running both Luma and Eventbrite. And then we're also doing Migo, like shout out Migo, our partner, to create NFT tickets. And so it's like there's not one really sophisticated, easy to use solution that integrates blockchain ticketing, POAPs, rewards, all this type of stuff with a really easy to use, nice mobile interface and all that type of shit, right? So I would be curious to maybe even try this out, or at least check it out for a future event that we do. I think it's more targeting smaller, small to mid-sized operations. I think Ticketmaster does the big venues and the biggest music stars. I don't know that that's what this is.
It's just a weird move for Sports Illustrated to move into ticketing and event hosting. Like, it's a very Sports Illustrated is a media company that covers sports. Why are they moving into an Eventbrite course?
Sports ticketing.
They've never done that before. But
I feel like it is adjacent, right? It's like if they can have the media and publishing around a lot of sports and events, and then also kind of tie that in together, like they can own more. Because to your point, they probably rely on Ticketmaster or some other things like that, or just see the opportunity to get some more money there. I don't know. I see what you're saying.
Stones coming out with like a ticketing. Platform.
Well, exactly. It's not the most obvious thing, but like I can see at least how there's some kind of like synergy or opportunity.
It's adjacent. It's adjacent. I see what you're talking about. Cool. Guys, we went out an hour and 30 minutes today, a little bit longer than yesterday, but a little bit shorter than the day before. So we're all over.
Okay.
Squadman says only one Marty McFly, but sometimes I'm Marty McHigh, which sometimes makes me Marty McShy. I also hate dad jokes, which makes me Marty McSigh. My wife tells me I'm really Marty McRight. We have gone off the rails in the comment section relatively quickly. Cam Taylor saying, I like to think about it differently in relation to the Amazon topic we were touching on. It's not about Amazon onboarding people into this ecosystem, because this ecosystem is shit. It's about bringing what's good about this space out of this space.
There's some awesome comments coming in, by the way.
I actually like that. Like breaking that down. It's a little bit controversial, like to say like, hey, we're taking the features of what we're trying to create here and like transplanting that into Web 2 as opposed to like bringing people here. I think that's a little bit of a controversial take, but I could get on board with what you're trying to relay there.
Quantum Variant saying, I only buy the swimsuit edition for the articles. Yeah, I mean, and I only go to Hooters for the wings. That's what they're known for. Great point. And yeah, Left Action House. Shout out. What I got to meet Left Action House in Austin. It was great to get to hang out and meet you. So shout out to you, sir. Saying, I think ChatGPT wrote that commercial spot. I think you're right. And yeah. There is only one Marty McFly. I will agree with that.
We didn't do the financial advice on this one. We're gonna have to take this episode down, I think.
This is not financial advice. Don't fucking do anything with your money based on what we say.
We're not financial advisors, folks.
DYOR, because yeah, we are not. Yeah.
What a fun day it's been on the Web3 network in general. I mean, to start off with that Web3 morning show the way it did,
wow,
and end here.
It was one of those where I just like sometimes you just grab the bull by the horns and hold on tight, and you're just like, I have no idea. This could end with me getting stomped in the nuts and fucking dying, getting absolutely impaled by this thing that we're doing here. But somehow it manages to come together, and you get the bull where you need it to go.
We're pretty experienced bull riders here, I think.
Yeah. Anyway.
Squash is saying, I already made financial decisions based off this show. Damn it! Well, we told you not to. That's the whole idea. Is that we have
do
to
what you want to do.
To.
Just don't say that we didn't tell you otherwise or warn you.
Exactly. All right, we are going to get out of here today. We of course will be back for another NFT Live tomorrow, another GM Web3 morning show. Hey, we have Jeff Jag on NFT Live tomorrow.
Yo, let's go.
Yeah, Builders of Titania, I believe, is the artist spotlight that we will be doing. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to try to get Ronan in on a Thursday episode. He said he was going to be here, and he pulled a little 180 on us. So I got to go find him now. So I'm going to go into the metaverse and figure out where to find him.
And here's me manifesting a random cameo from Biggie Poppins too. So we just have a whole big family tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for. But you know what? You're going to have to come back.
Shit.
You're going to have to come back tomorrow and see exactly what goes down on this crazy, wild bull ride of a show called NFT Life. I mean, live. It is life, but